Luke Humphries is attracting a lot of attention at the moment and has matured into an absolute top favorite at every tournament in recent months. It's time to take a closer look at his throw and what makes him so consistent. Perhaps you will find one or two special details in Luke's throwing motion that could also improve your throw. Let's start with darts decoded cool hand Luke Humphries throw. First, let's look at how Humphries stands at the Aki. Here we see the first big feature of his throw. We hardly know of any other player who stands with his foot so straight on the board. Normally, most players angle their foot so that it is parallel to the Aki with the outside of the foot, thus shortening the distance to the board. Cool hand Luke, however, stands with his toe on the Aki. Have you ever tried it out for yourself? We think it feels wrong somehow, but his success proves him right. We would be very interested to know which foot position you use on the Aki. Let us know in the comments below the video. Next, we take a look at how Luke Humphries grips his darts. The first thing we notice is that he covers the entire area of the dart with 4 fingers. As he plays a relatively short barrel, his fingers are lined up from the shaft to the tip. His index finger is even so far back on the dart that it grips the shaft. His thumb and middle finger surround the middle of the barrel, and his ring finger gives the grip stability by placing it on the tip. The little finger also joins in, but does not touch the dart. We think that the grip technique definitely contributes to Humphries being able to throw darts so consistently. He has maximum control over the dart and can thus minimize the outliers. Now let's move on to his throwing motion. Do you agree with us when we say that Luke Humphries' throw looks very uncomplicated? He's one of those players who makes hitting the targeted fields look child's play. He uses a very simple and clean technique that, apart from one small detail, is also very suitable for beginners who have not yet found their throwing style. As you can see very clearly here, he draws his arm with the dart in his hand up to his cheek under his right eye. If you look closely, you can see that he stops his throwing motion there for a moment and turns his hand in slightly before bringing his arm forward. This small detail is probably an elementary piece of the puzzle in his movement, because it creates a small ritual that makes it easier for the body to repeat the movement exactly. Maybe one day we can get Cool Hand Luke to demonstrate what would happen if he didn't make the stop. We are sure that his consistency would suffer a lot. Another important element is his fast rhythm. Humphries is clearly a player who gets into the game by feel and therefore prefers opponents who throw quickly. A few years ago, you could clearly see that Luke became impatient very fast when he had to play against slower opponents. Now, he has this shortcoming much better under control. It's also interesting to see that Humphries, unlike the prime examples in the discipline Gerwin Price or Michael Van Gerwen, doesn't stretch his arm to such an extreme. At least he doesn't make it into the textbook. He will be able to cope with it. That was Darts Decoded Luke Humphries' throw. We discovered that Cool Hand Luke uses a simple, straightforward, and rhythmic throwing technique with a little detail. Combined with the confidence he has built up in recent months through various successes, this currently makes him one of the best players in the world. What do you think? Does Luke have what it takes to become #1 in the world? We clearly say yes. We assume that if you watch the video 3 years after its release, we will have already experienced this. If you enjoyed the video and would like to reward us for our work, we would be delighted if you subscribe to our channel. Activate the bell to be notified when we publish new videos. Also, check out more decoded videos from other top stars, such as MVG or Gerwin Price. See you next time. Watch, learn, and win.